Wait, Simulacrum. Ah, right, we have another series coming in. Okay. Right, there are other people in this tournament. Yeah. I forgot about that. Alright, so our next map is going to be another ZvZ for you. Once again, just what we signed up for. It is going to be Demi versus Chappy.
Yeah, we're just going from ZvZ to ZvZ, and we were just able to catch this series. They had already made a lobby. They were about to start, and I'm like, yo, let us join. As Demi did 2-0 Luneth, the Australian Protoss, and now actually a team kill. This is all a team kill, actually. Yeah. Rip.
Welcome to Downfall.
Welcome to Downfall.
It will be your downfall. Alright, should be. This is game number 1, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, for that game number 1, we are going to be spawning up here, or starting in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Simulacrum. Yeah, Fiddly DLE by the C2 for 3, you with me, buddy. It is going to be our Blues, all the way from the lands of Australia. He is the player who is known for being... Wait, hold up. Let me just double check something real quick here. He is the player, no doubt, the player who is known for being generally very, not Chase. It is representing my Downfall Gaming, as well as Australia. It's Chappy.
So a lot is happening, and I'm gonna have to get through this. So in the top left-hand corner of the map, spawning in the top left-hand corner of Simulacrum LE, we have the Indian Zerg player, recently picked up by Downfall Gaming, going Hatch Gas Pool. It is Demi. So
Chappy's pulling Kiwi. Chappy's pulling Kiwi. Chappy's pulling Kiwi.
Chappy has very few drones right now. Something is about to go down, and he did whisper me before the game started, so I know what's happening. I was like, oh my god.
You were wondering if it was true or not.
I didn't want to say anything just in case. I want to keep it a surprise. I don't know if he was going to whip it out game 1 or game 2, but he is no longer mining from gas. He is going to be hiding his workers, and the hatch timing is made to look pretty normal. Even though he has very few drones, it's meant to deceive the Overlord Scout, and it's meant to look like a regular opening. When really there are all these things being put. He's even main-hiding a little bit to yeah. Oh. So it looks like he's mining, It's all about the deception. It's great.
You know what? Earlier in the intro, I think I said this isn't Chase, but now I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure about that, Light.
Quote unquote, as the Lings move across the map, he said he's going full Scarlet today. Oh. And oh my god, the Lings are going across the map. Demi did spot them with the Overlord. He's trying to get ready. He does already have 2 queens on the ramp, but will be enough.
Well, let's see. Yeah, let's see if this goes as well as it did when Scarlet pulled it. He is trying to go for it. He is getting a good surface area on these queens, but also not getting the DPS that they really need. A lot of these Lings are starting to get thinned out. Good body blocking with the Lings on top of the ramp. And
nicely
chases
done.
the Lings away. Chappy is trying to go in once again. He just wants to snipe the queen. That's his main priority right now.
And he should be able to get it. And will he be able to get the banings though in time, or is he just going to avoid them and he goes straight into the mineral line?
Because he knows if he attacks him, he's going to have to deal with his spine. He's going straight for the mineral line. Good blocking here from Demi. And no drones have actually gone down yet. I
Yes.
think Chappy.
Jesus, no drones have gone down. Insane defense here by Demi. He has a spine as well. He has Bailings for defense. Like, Demi is looking pretty solid right now. Rogue, hashtag called out.
He is it. Now, hashtag called out, Rogue. But now Chappy is not giving up on this. He did say he was going full Scarlet, and that means he has to commit. No half matches. He's not gonna take a Scarlet, or not. He's not gonna have Scarlet. He's gonna full Scarlet it.
Yeah, and more links are on the way. He hasn't made a single drone.
That's what I wanted to ask, cause he.
Still on 12, nothing but 12. And he's mining a little bit of gas as well, which is a little bit interesting, but he has to be so careful because of those banelings. Oh, and Demi's counterattacking.
Right. Yeah, the counterattack is starting to come down here from Demi. And once again, Chappy just doesn't have a lot here. He has no baneling nest, he has no banelings. Chappy is pulling back, but that might be a little too late.
Yeah, he's pulling all the way back with his lings.
GG.
There it is.
Demi takes game number 1. Hashtag called out, Rogue.
GG. And yeah, we may finish 2 ZvZs before some of these other players finish their round 1 matches. Just
welcome to A and Z.
So I just update some scores.
Some Wikipedia. Oh wait, and also on the bracket. Let's see if we have any other updates. Seems like, yep, we do see that Upley is going to move on to face Nameless in the round of 16. Upley beating Wrigglenium 2-0 there. That should be an interesting player to follow. I do definitely see Upley making it to the semifinals, maybe even the finals.
Ooh, yeah. Upley versus Pez. I would love to catch that if I had the chance to. Yeah, that could go either way. I would favor Pez solely because he has just been tearing it up recently. He's made the finals of GPO recently as well, which was amazing to see. So Pez, I'm looking to go maybe even all the way to the finals. It kind of depends. Like, as you said, there is like a rough road ahead of him. Potentially meeting me and Micah in the semis.
That is what it is. If we can have a repeat from last GPO, that might not have worked out too well in him. But that's besides the point, because for now, we're going to be on Purity and Industry, LE. LE, of course, standing for Leftist Anchor. Anchor? Wait, no, that's an ankle. No, wait, no, that's what. Apple. No, wait. Left.
In the
3 o'clock position of the map. Spotting in the 3 o'clock position. We have the Blues. Gonna be here representing Downfall Gaming as well as the land of Australia. He did tell us he was gonna go full Scarlet, and it seems like he's gonna commit to that. It is Chappy. Get happy.
And spawning in the 12 o'clock position of Purity and Industry LE, we have the Indian Zerg player representing Downfall Gaming, arguably better Zerg than Rogue. We will see. It is Demi.
Left Emerald. Came up with some.
There you go. God damn it. So we already have lanes moving across the map. This is very different to the opening. Oh, he's actually he's doing it. He's doing it. He's doing the casting. The spore.
Yes.
He's trying to catch the Overlord, but the Overlord just
that's not where you want to put it.
Exactly. Oh no. Chappy. Rip. Oh my god, I kind of want to talk about that,
I feel
but
like Demi might. Yeah, I feel like Demi might know the build, the cat's build, a little bit too much here. Does not want to expose his overlord to these slow zone fields too much. Demi is now pulling the boys. He knows he's got to defend this natural.
oh, can he do what Vivid couldn't? If you recall, yeah, Vivid versus me, Mighty Kiwi went similarly,
go down.
Oh, it's on fire. It's burning down.
It is rapidly burning down. It's
Oh,
at
he's
50 health, 20.
down.
What? Oh! And that archery goes down. This boy pull, this drone pull was a little bit of a waste, but now Demi, he's got a lot of legs. He is looking to make use of them. Moving all the way across the map right now. There's not a lot left for Chappy. If they trade evenly, that could be a way for Demi to be here, but there's only one queen right now from Chappy.
Yeah, and because of the build, we'll see. Like Chappy, he doesn't have any gases. He doesn't have link speed or anything. So Demi, he could overrun Chappy here. He only has a single queen. He could end up losing the natural.
His link speed is still a ways away here. Trying to get us around, but Chappy is going to be denying that. Demi going to not take the risk too much here. Going to be pulling back and looking for more opportune moments.
Yeah, and behind this Demi, he's forced to retake his natural. He's not going one base spy or anything too crazy like that. He's not that crazy. I know, he probably should have, to be honest. Ooh, Chappy trading really well here, actually.
That he is. Gonna be able to catch out these lings of Demi without losing any of his own.
Yeah, and now that things are kind of slowing down, I do kind of want to talk about what Chappy did in the beginning of the game, which didn't really come to fruition, but we did mention the cat's build, where what you do is you create the spore, you hide it. Normally, the overlord goes into the main base of the Zerg player, and then the spore runs in, it burrows, and then it kills the first overlord, and then you're supply blocked, and then you just die from the flood of lings. But Demi, a little bit like predicting it, maybe like, or maybe like it's happening on the ladder, so he knew about it. So his pathing on his overlord was like perfect. Like it just completely avoided it, and he was perfectly fine.
Well, normally the overlord goes into main, but I don't think Demi is what you might call normal E.
Exactly. Yeah. Good point.
As demonstrated here.
Yeah, I mean, he is currently like trying to get some damage done with these things. Chappy, he does have a nice wall off. He does have some energy on the second queen for transfuse as well. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say, he has energy for transfuse if he needs it, but he injected instead. So yeah, that's not gonna happen. But yeah, I like that he isn't getting link speed because his gases were so late. He's going straight up to roaches.
Really? You like that? Okay, fair enough. It is a ZvZ. You do not need to. You really don't need to build lings in ZvZ unless you really intend to. No, that wall isn't a full wall.
No, it's not a full wall.
Might have been a bit of a misclick.
Yeah, a little bit of a misclick there. And what it means is that Chappy, he's not like potentially wasting his gas on link speed when he doesn't intend to even go link bane. He's trying to be as greedy as possible and conservative with his gas as possible to just go straight into roaches. We'll see if that bites him in the end. Like potentially there will be a point where he needs link speed, but oh my god.
Right, opening up the wall. That was not a mistake, apparently.
Yeah, interesting. Okay.
All right, well, I guess yeah, that's kind of weird. I mean,
oh my god,
I really don't know what the point of that was.
Yeah, and oh my god, there was just too much DPS there. Luckily, Chappy was able to cancel his third in time, but it does mean that Demi does have that third advantage.
That he does, but he does not have ping advantage, unfortunately.
Yeah, as you know, for the viewers, all of these matches are played on the Australian server. Unlike GPO, where C and OCE players alternate, like all of these matches are played on AU.
As is tradition.
So, what do you feel right now about this game? Like,
I think there's a clear favorite right now in the game, but anything can happen. We are only 6 minutes in, so there are a number of things that could happen in this game. Demi could always go for his signature muta switch and try to go in through the slow zones, but at the same time, he might not.
Yeah, and especially on a map like Purity and Industry where the by air like distance is pretty small, like mutas could do well.
Yeah. Or it could be too obvious. Chappy does have that.
I mean, yeah, he already has a spore. Yeah, true. Oh, he's ready. He's ready for the muta switch. It was tactically planned.
Yeah, he does. The mutas are going to come in and this one spore. It's going to deter them all. They're going to be in the slow zones. That spore is just going to nail them down. Demi's starting to move in. But does get chased away. Interesting. Is this a full wall?
I don't think so.
I thought,
yeah. Like the queen was in there before.
Maybe Chappy wants 2 choke points. It's not a full wall. Okay,
exactly.
then, yeah.
That's why I don't.
I don't know. Maybe Chappy wants 2 choke points.
Maybe he did. Maybe he thought it was a full wall. Maybe he. Right.
It's possible, but why wouldn't you just send a unit out?
Look, there are a lot of questions, and there are not a lot of answers.
Right.
Okay.
These questions may never be answered, but have to press on.
Yeah, and more workers go down. Unfortunately, we didn't have Game Heart activated, but Chappy is, he is slightly ahead. They're kind of even. I think you were talking about how you felt like there was a clear favorite right now. I feel like it's kind of even because they did both kind of go blow for blow. Like Chappy had his third cancelled, but Demi had his natural cancelled. Chappy, he's trying to rush to roaches, and he's ahead in upgrades. He already has
roaches.
Yeah. Well, they both do, right? And Chappy is slightly ahead. He already has +1. He's working on +2. So I feel like now that we're getting into the mid game, things have kind of evened out for the two of them.
I mean,
except Demi has a lot more.
Way more roaches that he does.
Yeah. Oh my god, this push could be it.
It could be Chappy's gonna have to position as well as he has never positioned before. So to come in to defend the third base, and Demi does see what the army is looking like for Chappy, and Chappy is not prepared for this.
Oh, nice biles.
Does react very quickly.
Yeah, he does whittle down their health, but there's just so many roaches here. To be fair, Demi doesn't have any ravages of his own, and Chappy is pulling the boys.
No, he does not. There's no zoning here available for Demi. Only splits. And that's definitely an annoying thing when you're engaging in this Roach Ravager Wars. Demi's going for a signature. Demi's going for a signature, like...
You called it. It's happening, and Chappy's ready for it. He's got a spore. He's completely prepared.
He's got a spore. Demi wants to go for Dropper Lords. Chappy has a spore. Mate. What are you going to do about it?
What a big brain.
It is. It's all planned. Everybody questioned it. And then when it failed, people questioned it harder, but it hasn't failed yet, is the thing that you people don't understand. Chappy's going for, I like this. Chappy's going for Tunnel Claws and Drop the Lords.
And he's got a pretty strong Roach Ravager army, especially if Demi invests in Mutalists, then his ground army at least, should be smaller. They're both getting their 4th bases, and they're actually trying to jump each other at the same time.
Insert Spider-Man GIF or Spider-Man meme.
Nice. He cancels the 4th base for Demi, so he does have that going for him. Is he chasing the other? Okay, never mind.
Okay, no, he's just waiting for a good moment.
Oh no, the spore got repositioned. It's not there. It's gonna go in. If only.
Not aware of this. This could do a lot of damage here. It already will get a great scout here. Does already see the infestation pit and the Hydra Den as they were plumped down.
Yeah, and it was kind of surprising, but he did scout the Spire, so his answer will be Hydralisks, which is quite a nice option for him. That you could have gone for Mutalist yourself, but does go for that Hydralist then.
Indeed. Well, Chappy knows he's going up against Demi, so he probably knows that he won't be able to catch up on that Mutalist count. Good use of the Tunneling Claws there, trying to sneak around, but not too good. Coming in with a little bit of the Roach Ravager Wars here. Chappy setting up the concave, but Demi not quite getting it. Or not quite
right
buying
now, they are dancing in the middle of the map. Meanwhile, we do have these barred roaches that are going to be sneaking into the main base. There are no spores here.
There's detection, Demi.
Oh, is he gonna snipe? Okay, I
Does
thought he was gonna go
Spire.
for the
No,
snipe.
that's nowhere near enough to snipe the Spire. But
Yeah.
meanwhile, there's a fight in the middle of the map.
Oh.
Chappy is biling down on Demi, and his concave and positioning is much, much better. We do see the swing going far into favor of Chappy in terms of army supply.
Yeah, and behind this Chappy, he's remaxing with Hydralisks, so he will have that anti-air on the way as soon as possible. These Hydralisks, there are a couple of them, but there aren't too many.
Canceling that fourth base, and that might just... Yeah, also the Mutas. That might... That's something else that Demi does not want to happen. That's a way for Chappy to really get ahead here.
Yeah, and...
Under glass. Okay.
don't question it. Don't question it.
All right, it's okay.
Yeah, but Chappy, he's trading well. He keeps denying that fourth base for Demi.
He's trading well. Oh, the Biles do manage to land, but not as terrible as it could have been. Meanwhile, Chappy, once again, to the higher roach count here. Demi, he's trying to get a concave, but it's just not possible when you have this much fewer of an army count.
Yeah, and as this is happening, there are those bird roaches hitting the third base for Demi as well, so more workers are going down. We do have Hydralisks on the way as well, so they will be able to deal with the Mutas as the Mutas are trying to get a couple of drone Overlord kills.
But patrols are definitely a heck of a command, wouldn't you say? Like,
yeah.
I'm gonna press this, right? I think... Yeah, I don't think Chappy should or will be pushing into this location anytime soon.
He doesn't need to, right? Like, these Barred Roaches are just doing so much. The fact that he's containing Demi to 3 bases as well, like, that's all he has to really do. Pushing in and doing more damage is kind of a bonus at this point.
Really is. You just want to keep your opponent contained. Contained as you set up back at home, as you set up your second prong. But Demi is breaking out of the contain a little bit. It's a pretty good concave right now, but so far it seems to favor Chappy, especially with the Hydras. Files are managing to land, and this is hard to tell.
Yeah, it looks like
Demi might be able to do it.
Yeah, with Defender's advantage, maybe Demi can reinforce fast enough, and he pushes Chappy away, but like, at what cost, really? Like, he's still on 3 bases. He lost all those workers to the Burrowed Roaches as well. Chappy, he's on 4 bases. He's getting lurkers. He's got Hive. He's getting +3.
Yes. This might just be way too much for Demi to really deal with. He does have the slightly higher army supply, but he does have to make use of it, and a lot of them are just in those Mutalisks that aren't doing anything at the moment.
Yeah, right now Chappy has to be careful not to split up his army too much. And so far he's trading fairly well against Demi. He's just trying to keep the army busy, trying to do something while he gets his 4th behind this. Whether or not he will, we'll see. These Mutalisks haven't been able to do too much other than kill Overlords.
And could kill Overlords, they shall continue to do.
Yo, with lurkers, I think... Yeah, like, Demi, he's kind of up against the ropes right now. He's working on his Hive. He doesn't have it quite yet. He's working on his 2-2.
Yep, he does have detection, but when there's a roach buffer and spine range, that's just way too risky to push all of your roaches into. I think Demi, or I think Chappy rather, has done it.
I think, yeah, he's looking really good so far. He is very much so ahead. I will say the downside is he doesn't have much anti-air, so maybe Mutalisks can come in and snipe the lurkers. Possibly.
He's gonna need a lot more Mutalisks than that. The Paving. Paving does.
And the Roach Lord goes down as well.
Yeah, I think the writing is starting to be up on the wall. Chappy pushing in all the way into the natural and then the main of Demi. But Demi is actually pushing back here. With the smaller force, he's got the better positioning.
He's trying, but every single Roach he loses, he can't remake them. You know, he doesn't have that Roach run anymore. It's so he just has like this limited amount of units that he can work with. And Chappy, it does look like there is some counter harass happening at Chappy's 4th base. Oh, that's actually pretty big. Will it be enough though? Like, Demi still has to hold in his own base, and oh my god, there are just roaches everywhere.
Or we could get a base race light.
I guess we could. We could get a weird base race. We do have Mutalisks out on the map. But there are just too many Hydras.
Are a fight over in the 4th base still continuing. Demi just trying to make the most that he can of this corrosive bile. Solaire is going down.
Oh my god, yeah, Demi has nothing in his main base. This is like basically his last standing base and his last army. He does still have roaches out on the other side of the map, but the mutas are coming in. Oh, they killed all the Hydras.
Might have been the kick. Yeah, it just might have been the kick that Demi needed to chase Chappy off his lawn. Now we can see that both players very much even on army supply, with Chappy being quite far further ahead in terms of tech and economy. You always gotta ask the question: will it really matter?
My God. Demi could have this actually. Like legit, these Mutalisks might be too much. Like you need a good amount of Hydras and positioning, and these Mutalisks they can be so valuable. They can get so much value just trading constantly.
They can, like so.
Like the problem is that Demi, he's expanded. He has a new base. Meanwhile, Chappy, he's stuck on 2 basically mined out bases. Like that's what I'm worried about. That he's just not gonna have the economy to make enough Hydras.
That he will not. It seems the Hydras are coming into the bottom, the right-hand side of the map, and once again just wreaking chaos. Chappy, I think he's had enough of this.
Yeah, I mean, then another base went down for Demi. Demi now down to 1 mining base. The Mutalisks are all the way on Chappy's side of the map. They're not here to defend, so Chappy, he's looking to try and end it here. Meanwhile, Demi, he hasn't come home with the Mutalisks.
Yeah, just gonna continue to be the predator of the deep, continue to be that shark, but Chappy's army supply is sapping upwards. And that's pretty worrisome if you're a Demi or a Demi fan.
Oh, all the drones! Oh, but there's a ninja! Oh my god!
Ninja gold.
Yeah, it's full base trade.
I love it. We have just entered full base trade mode right here.
Does Chappy have any drones out on the map? I don't think he does. But Chappy's coming home to defend, which I think is the right call.
It is. He has a better army. He has more of the army. And this can absolutely deal with at least the roaches.
A single drone made it out. Yo, we're gonna see him make a hatchery with that at some point. Oh my god.
He's gonna need the money to do that. There he is pulling around. How many Hydras are there in this army? Not that many, actually.
Yeah, it's a little bit deceiving. But to be fair, Chappy does have a lot of range upgrades, so the Hydras, they need to be respected by the Mutalisks. You have to be so careful. Yeah, Vipers, whoa!
Oh, they go for Parabomb.
They are good for Parabomb. They may kill the natural for Chappy, so he has to be a little bit careful there.
That he does. Chappy or Demi just trying to clear up whatever is left of Chappy's army over in his main, but I don't know, like this is maybe with the gold, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's all about the gold base and how long it goes unscattered for. Because these Mutalisks, like, if controlled well, I don't think they're gonna die. What? He has the island! Yo!
Okay.
Demi
had a tropple order earlier, so yeah, Demi's got this. He's got the air control. Well, maybe the Vipers could change things.
Exactly, it's all about the Vipers, because if Demi wants to, he can just keep his Mutalisks on patrol and protect the island from drops, so Chappy won't be able to do anything about it. What is this game? This is the first time I'm seeing anyone take the island.
Now you mention it, you're right. Especially coming from Zerg, I did not expect that the first player I remember who took the island would be a Zerg player. Oh
my god! But Chappy, he found the gold base. He knows. Maybe he even thinks that's the last one. I don't think he has any idea about the island. And Demi could deny the 3rd base again with his Mutalisks. He could kill the natural's gonna go down.
It will. And with that, Chappy's dreams of winning this game is slowly getting taken from him.
Yeah, Demi, he's going for all the overlords as well. They're all exposed. They're all going to go down. Meanwhile, Chappy, he's running back home with his main army, it looks like, trying to protect his main base. Yo, I think Demi may have done it. This is crazy. This was Chappy's game to lose.
Well, we'll see. We shall see. Demi is starting to be assaulted over in his gold base. Could always end a draw.
I don't, not too sure about a draw, but like it does come down to the fact that Chappy, he does have those Vipers, so he can definitely win a straight up fight if there ever is one. But it's on Demi if he ever wants to commit.
That indeed it is. And as we can see, Chappy with the much better economy immediately just remakes his natural.
Yeah, but like,
Yes,
will
Demi's
Demi
on
let
the
him?
prowl.
The thing is, all that Chappy needs is spores. He just needs a bunch of spores at all his bases, and he'll be fine. But he hasn't thrown any down yet. Oh my god, all these workers are so exposed.
That is, yeah.
Oh my god, what's gonna happen?
I don't know, Light. Whatever it is, we're excited to see it.
Demi, he needs some gases, he needs a lair, he needs another spire so he can continue making Mutalisks. That's the only thing that's holding Demi back right now, is that he just has no tech whatsoever. He just has like a bit of mining. Ooh!
Here come the yoinks. And one of them, two of them are gonna go down.
Yo, I like that.
You didn't even need Power Bomb.
Exactly, because Demi, he can micro against Power Bomb, right? But against the yoinks, yo, I like the choice of my Chappy.
Yoinks, though.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be a lot. It's gonna be a lot of energy is gonna be used. But maybe Chappy has this. Does he have spores in his bases yet?
He has a spore.
Just have that spore from the beginning of the game. Oof.
Here comes a big fight.
Yeah, Demi, he can't lose Mutalisks like this. Like, this is hurting him so much, and it's so hard to tell because I feel like there's so much potential with that island base, right? Like, I don't know. What are we casting? This isn't StarCraft. What is this?
Apparently not. The interesting part comes from the fact that just that Chappy does know about it, cannot know about it, won't be able to do anything about it anytime soon.
Yeah, he still has no idea. He's going around with workers. He's like trying to figure out where that base is. And again, the Hydralisks just aren't in position, so the Mutalisks, more and more damage is being dealt. That base does go up for Chappy though, which is huge.
It very much so is. And it's still a little bit up in the air. Chappy, I think, has finally decided, yo, what if I transition out of this into a bit of a normal game? Ooh, that's a yoink if I've ever seen one. Chappy just cannot afford too many of these.
Like, unless somehow, like, the Vipers get caught out, like Demi catches the Vipers, maybe that'll work for him. It's an uphill battle for Demi, I feel like, especially because he's just relying on one base economy, but...
Well, we saw how effective one base Muta could be.
Yeah, it didn't work out for Vivid, did it?
Well, yeah, but it was successful.
Yeah, I guess. I think the crazy thing right now is that there's still no spores for defense. Like, the fact that there are no spores, meaning that these bases are still vulnerable to Mutalisk harass, is insane to me. Like, what is happening? Okay, finally, we've got spores in production. It's happening.
Yay!
Oh my god. Okay. Now that Chappy is throwing down spores, I feel like he should be okay. There it is. We're going to game number 3.
Here we go. Now, what's the start map gonna be? That's a question that we all have to ask ourselves and each other.
What's crazy is that to be fair, I guess it did start with a rush, but Chappy, like, he was looking pretty solid in the mid game against Demi. Like, even though I guess he like isn't confident in himself, which I think is why he went for the opener that he did in game number 1. But yeah, he was looking really good.
I agree. Oh. Right, we're going to be having an ace match here. Demi could get upset here once again. So far in each of these A and Z ESL Fueled by Dare Open Cups, OCEs, Demi has made it to the semifinals, only to be upset by the eventual champion. But let's see what will happen here. It could happen a lot earlier. I'm saying Chappy for champion. Let's go.
I'm just catching up with chat. I love how Chase is in the chat. He's like, what is happening? Like, if Chase doesn't know what's happening, like, you know you're in a clown fiesta. Like,
I just look at chat and I'm looking at, yes, Demi is pretty good at Dota.
accurate. Very accurate.
All right, let's take a look to see if we have any updates over in the bracket. You see Mio Micah going up to face Mighty Kiwi after beating Zanaf 2-0. Pez going to be going up against Upley to be one of our first quarterfinals right now. Meanwhile, Probe going to be defeating Nux. Right now, waiting for the winner of this map. This map.
Yeah, this is the last map in this series, so we'll see. The winner will go up against Probe, which I will love to see. You know, I don't know if you recall, but last week we did have Chappy versus Probe, and it was a pretty one-sided series. But this week, like, Chappy, he's looking pretty solid. Like, he, you know, hopefully he could have a better showing against Probe. Demi versus Probe is always a treat to watch as well. So either way, I'm excited, ready for it.
I am.
Also, shout out to Jet in the chat. Those of you who recall Jet played in some of our amateur stuff, played in GPO, but was inactive for a while. New Zealand player.
There you go. Going into our final map of the evening, it will be Eternal Empire.
Final map of the evening. Calm down. We're just getting started.
The series. Look, you know what I meant. You know what I meant.
I know what you meant.
I meant.
I know what you. How does this keep happening? I'm looking at the bracket. Azure versus Oreo. They just meet each other every week.
Oh yeah, they set it up. They set it up to be like that. Yeah.
Literally every week, I think they face each other.
Well, yeah. That's how they save the date and whatnot. And speaking of dates, here we have it. You don't need to know any dates here because we are on Eternal Empire, L-E, E-L-E, Ile, otherwise known as Extremely Lovely Evening. Here we have it in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of the map. It is going to be our Red Zerg. Somebody who hasn't quite, well, he's made it pretty dang far in these ESL Open Cups, making it to the semifinals, but hasn't been able to go all the way quite yet. This time it might be a little bit different. He might be taken out before the semifinals, or he might go all the way. But that's up in the air for the 14-time Grand Platypus Open champion. It is the Shark himself. Give it up for Demi.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner, going for a very similar build to game number 1, we have the Australian Zerg player representing Downfall Gaming, as well as SE2 Swarm, kind of. We have Chappy.
Chappy.
He's doing the same thing as game number 1.
Well,
We've got like a fake.
full
a deceptively timed natural hatchery. We've got a gas, but he pulled out just for that first 100 gas for speed. He's got very minimal workers. He's gonna ling it up.
Full Scarlet.
Full Scarlet. All right. We'll see if he's able to make it work as opposed to game number 1.
Well, that's what we'll figure out. I have a feeling that if Demi can hold it in game number 1, he can hold it in game number 2, but this time he has pulled his Overlord back. He might not be suspecting it.
Yeah, I think I mean, he's going back in, and he should be able to see the workers there in the natural, which are made to make it look like nothing crazy is happening. I do feel like, I'm a little bit surprised that Chappy, he's going for the same build, even though like in a solid mid kind of late-ish game scenario, he
Demi should know it.
Yeah, he sees it.
Well,
with the links as well. He's going for a third base.
Demi, oof.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay,
cancels. Right. No, let's cancel it. That's a good start. We do see even more links being pumped up for Chappy. The Bangling Nest only now being thrown down, and unlike game number 1, where's
I think it's gonna work. It's gonna work.
Demi? Where's
it's gonna work. It's being made. It's not finished. It's not finished, Yaku. He's gonna get in.
It ain't finished.
No, he didn't go to the main. Go to the main. Chappy, please. Go. Get in there. Get on that. Chappy. Oh god.
Is trying to go into the middle line. Demi has pulled the boys, and they are doing a pretty good job of body blocking. The spine is starting to get surrounded, and even the links are coming in. I think he has done it. GG is called. Where's my fingerprint? Where's my fingerprint? Chappy! It's game number 1.
Game number 3!
Number 1.
Oh my, he does it! He takes the series! Oh my god. What is happening? Okay, so what happened was okay, so Demi.
I don't think Demi expected to be up against that build twice.
Exactly, he didn't expect it. We didn't expect it. A madman would do it after getting like slammed down so hard in game number 1. Demi, he went for a faster third base. His Bailing Nest was later as well, which was the big thing, right? It wasn't even done by the time the game ended. And his spine was late as well, like because he had to cancel his third. Like he was just going for like a greedier or a more economic focused opener, and because of that, he was just punished so hard.
Basically rogue is what he's saying. Demi's basically rogue.
Rogue got 2-0, so.
Alright, we should be getting into our next series. Finally, Light! We are not going to be casting a ZvZ. It is going to be a PvP versus probably the favorite in this ESL Fueled by Dare tournament.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising, but someone who's missing here that we've seen, maybe not every week, but we've seen him consistently, is Seether, the Terran player.
Exactly.
Yeah, kind of surprising. But at the same time, not. He's probably busy playing Tarkov.
Yeah. I mean, how's... Or maybe Valorant. That's a big thing now. I don't know if you got the beta key.
Oh, Valorant? Yeah, it's true. But yeah, we will be getting into the next series, Chappy versus Probe.